We use our phones for just about everything. Social media, checking our email, productivity. What if you could use your phone as a surround sound panner? In this video, I'm going to show you 3 plugins from Sound Particles. This is Alex Pro Mix. Let's go. Hey guys, what's up? This is Alex with Alex Pro Mix. In this video, we're gonna take a look at spatialized audio. That's right. You guys have been watching some of my videos and enjoying them. I've been watching your comments. I've been seeing your questions. So in this video, I want to focus on showing you guys 3 new plugins that I use on Atmos mixes. Now you might be wondering, Alex, do I need an Atmos mixer or Atmos setup in order to use these plugins? The answer is no. This works in stereo, it works in binaural, it works in surround formats, but I'm going to show you how it works in Atmos. So for this demonstration, I'm using a track called Wafada by Bridge Music from India. Hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go.
परमेश्वर है तू देखा है मैंने अपने जीवन में दुनिया बदलती है तू ना बदलता.
So as you guys can hear, it's a real fun song, a real fun project to mix. And when mixing in Atmos, I basically have 2 phases. The first phase is mix everything in stereo, get all my effects printed because I use outboard gear, outboard effects such as the Eventide H9000. So I get all that printed into stems, and then I bring it into a new session in Pro Tools where I have everything routed to a 714 system. I have my studio with Bowers & Wilkins and amps and all that stuff. You guys can check that out on other videos. But in this demonstration, I wanted to focus on surround sound panners. All right, so the one that I'm going to use and show you guys is actually comprised of 3 different panners, or 3 different plugins. And the first one that I want to show you is this one right here, which is called Energy Panner. Now, these plugins are developed and designed by Sound Particles. I'll leave a link to their website here below in this video. But basically, the concept is that you put this panner as a plugin on the track, and then you have a couple of options for your outputs. So if you're using it just for stereo mixing, you're going to use the instance that's called Energy Panner Stereo. And you're going to have all the controls that I'm going to show you, but instead of panning it in surround sound format, it's going to pan it in stereo. Now, what's cool about that is that you can switch from stereo to binaural and still get a type of Atmos binaural sound space inside of the stereo mix. But in this case, we're using stereo 2 702. So on the output here, I have it set correctly, 702. Okay. And you basically have 2 ways of panning. You have pan and sliding. Now, one of the things that I like about these plugins, they have a lot of presets, but I never use them. What I do instead is I hit this randomize button at the bottom. All right, so let me show you the first part of the song, which is basically the intro, where we have acoustic guitars and we have an electric guitar, and I wanted to add some interest to the electric guitar. So we'll bypass the plugin and just check out that section of the song. Here we go. All right, so we have some acoustic guitars and then we have this electric guitar right here. We'll turn it up. And with the Energy Panner, I was able to achieve this type of effect. By the way, I want to stop right now and encourage you guys to watch this video on headphones. Plug in your headphones to your computer or your phone. All right, cool. So how does this work? Well, we have a couple of options here. We have in pan mode, where you can adjust the threshold. It's basically when the sound hits the panner, and then the ratio, which adjusts the speed. And then you also have attack and release settings. Then you can also blend in some of the original signal with the wet signal with the affected signal. And then you have a gain output. Pan works differently. You can adjust the distance here. So let's see what that sounds like. So on pan, it's kind of rotating and sliding back and forth between 2 sources, which is this first one and the second one. But on sliding, it swirls around the 360 degree. So let's check that out alone with the acoustic guitars and see what that sounds like. Here we go. So it just adds much more interest. It swirls around your head. It gives you a 360 panner. And now let's put that in the track and let's see what that sounds like in the song. Here we go. And when we were creating the Atmos mix, we definitely wanted to take advantage of the space and the binaural experience. So that's one thing that we did. All right, the second plugin that I'm going to show you is this one right here called Brightness Panner. Brightness Panner allows you to adjust the frequency range with these two dials, low and high. And then you have pitch, brightness, or MIDI. And then you also have pan or sliding, which is what I showed you guys a minute ago. Now the difference here is that on pan mode, you have attack and release settings, but on sliding mode, you have frequency and speed as far as how fast you want that thing to be swirling around. And for this demonstration, I'm using it on a synth plug, which is a stereo track again. So if you guys look here on my settings, this is a stereo source and it's going to a 702. Again, if you guys aren't mixing in surround sound, you can use the Brightness Panner in stereo mode right here, and then switch this output to be stereo or binaural or some of these other settings. So again, even if you guys aren't mixing in surround sound or Atmos, you guys can take advantage of these plugins. All right, so let's check out these synth pads. So I'm going to mute the plugin and we'll just check out this section of the song. We'll bring that in context with the piano and the backing vocals. And let's bring in the panner. So it just has so much more interest because now the pan is doing the syncopation, but then it's also panning around your head. So let's play that in context with the song. We'll bring everything in. Okay, very cool. Now the last one, I saved the best for last because this is what really blew my mind when I downloaded these plugins and tried them out for the first time. And this one is called the Space Controller. The Space Controller has a similar layout as the other two plugins that I show you, but there is an amazing feature here in that you can use your phone to pan objects around your room. So what's cool about that is that you download the application, you install it, it's free. You hold down this button and then all of a sudden this panner is following the movement of my hand. So for this demonstration, I have this on another pad, which sounds like this. Okay, and then for this output, again, I'm using Space Controller and we're going to 712. Again, if you're using stereo, you choose stereo, but you can still utilize your phone for panning. So let's check this out. And I'm gonna do this in real time. I turned off the automation and I'm going to show you guys what it sounds like. Here we go. So let's bring in the backing, let's bring in the piano, and let's play around with this panner using our phone. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to stop writing that. Let's go ahead and hit read. And now this is going to play back everything that I just recorded using my phone. right, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned some really cool techniques about using panners, surround sound panners. Be sure to check out Sound Particles. I'll leave a link below here on the video description. If this is your first time watching this video or my channel, I invite you to subscribe, like, and share. Leave me a comment, let me know where you guys are from down below. Again, my name is Alex. I'm your host with Alex Pro Mix. This channel was created for you, the artist, the producer, and the engineer. Thanks again so much for watching. Thanks again so much for your time. I'll see you guys again real soon. Peace.